What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JL, Mr. He Who Ascends Himself, 7-Up Shorty. You dig what I'm saying? And we back with another reaction video. I told y'all we going crazy on my soul. We going crazy. I'm telling y'all finna see me all over your timeline. So you might as well goddamn already join the family. Hit that subscribe button, goddamn get in the comments. You might as well already goddamn make yourself at home and comfortable on my soul. But anyway, we getting straight into it. Right Hand of God family, you already know what it is. 7-Up Shorty. But I'm reacting to the exclusive Young Thug Speaks on new album and life after jail, the GQ video cover story. Yeah, so shoot. You know what I mean? We ain't been really seeing too much of Thug. You know what I mean? We ain't really been hearing too much of Thug. You know, beyond little stuff that we've been seeing online on social media. You know, everybody just want to know what this man think about Gunna. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it'll be dope to see them youngins make music for real. They'll have the music industry, they'll have the whole culture really on lock. You know, if they could get back to that, like, you know, take it to trial, slime, you know, slime language 2 vibe. For sure, see. All right, let's get it popping.
10 minutes before we start recording this, news broke that the state of Georgia is seeking to revoke your probation. You might not know a lot right now. Do you know anything?
What kind of jacket is that?
That's Young Thug, but you probably knew that. Since breaking out in 2011, he's defined the sound of Atlanta rap, which means he's defined the sound of rap music in general. His roving, restless voice, his out-of-this-world style, his playfulness, all of this has led him to the very top of the industry. He sold a lot of records and influenced a lot of other artists. He's also had about as dramatic and difficult the last few years as a person can have. In October, after spending more than 2 years in jail before even being convicted of anything, he accepted a non-negotiated plea deal and a complicated and drawn-out RICO trial. Since then, he's been in Miami and here in Los Angeles, working on a new album called UY Scooty, named after one of the biggest known stars in the universe. Right when we were about to start filming, something happened. Here is me that night, trying to explain what we knew about the situation.
So I'm standing on the set of our Young Thug video cover shoot, literally 10 minutes before our interview started. News broke that the state of Georgia was seeking to revoke Young Thug's probation. We don't totally know what that means at the moment. I don't even think he does. But Young Thug wanted to do the interview anyway. So we did it, as you'll see. I don't think anybody knows what's gonna happen. So take this as what it is, a specific and very chaotic moment in time.
Dramatic, right? Less than 24 hours later, a judge denied the motion. That night, Young Thug was courtside at a Lakers game.
Mariah the Scientist.
Slay, you want to slay it?
I'll give you the what? Sure.
Say Verte 3.
Okay.
Take 1.
Do I gotta close it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Boom.
Verte 3.
Hell
Action.
yeah.
I think I have to ask about the mask first.
I don't feel like people should see me. I mean, science making just like fucking reconstruct, like do something with the mask and like get a clear picture. But just like, I don't know, hidden scars and just hiding things, you know?
There's gotta be like a vibe or a spiritual feeling or something that is channeling you into this place.
I just feel big, you know? My album is UY Scooty. I feel like I'm one of the biggest stars. I did a lot.
After something so notorious for real, like, you know, everything that they're doing with Thug is to build him up as this sort of like bigger than life, enigmatic, you know, figure, notorious, all of that, like, you know, with a lot of like prestige and lore. So he's emphasizing that a lot more with the outfits. He's always been pretty exaggerated and let's say out there to each their own. That would make Thug
foundating this culture and, you know, like the new rap game that's happening right now. I'm like out of this world.
That
Not
was
like God though.
not like God though.
No.
Just like an artist.
Yeah. Under
Like-
God. Under God, for
Yeah,
sure.
W God. Definitely under God. Me as well. Under the Lord, under Jesus Christ. Amen. I love that. But yeah, I ain't mad at it because artists are actually very expressive. Like, we really take ideas and our conceptualizations seriously. That's the reason why people resonate with our music. That's why people resonate. The music you hearing, you resonate with it. That's why these artists, you resonate with it, because they really encapsulate or embody a lot of the ideals that help them generate or create, materialize the art that they produce and they bring forth and share with the world. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like we really feel what the fuck it is we are feeling. You know what I'm saying? When we going through certain experiences, they're very visceral. It is all of those life experiences that end up becoming the source material for the art that you hear in one way, shape, or form. Not just our own experiences, but also too the experiences that are shared socially and communally with those around us, you know, within our social peer groups. And then just stories that we hear as well, things that have impressed upon us, that have inspired us, that have shaped the way that we show up in the world in one way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Was there a moment when that realization arrived?
Yeah, I was actually in court. I was on trial.
Oh, you were on trial?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You didn't know I was on trial?
You had lyrics of yours used against you in court. How'd that feel?
I feel kind of crazy and cool because it's like, oh, everybody listen to me, you know?
Yeah.
But crazy, like the first fucking amendment is freedom of speech. Like, it's crazy. Well, third or fourth, but it's like the top five.
If I understand correctly, part of the terms of the probation are like there's certain things you can't talk about, right? On records now?
Yeah,
Like, I can't do nothing like gang things or stuff like that on the internet.
Right.
I could really talk about what I want to talk about in music.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay. So it didn't feel inhibited in any way on the new record? Didn't change the way?
Nah. I normally like rap about cool things, you know? I just got like a few lyrics where I just rap about street stuff.
Uh-huh.
And those are the lyrics that they try to use against me. But
Yeah.
most of the time I don't rap about that type of stuff, you know?
Does it make you think twice about rapping about street stuff?
Yeah, because just like the impact that you got on the community, the youth, and not because of like the law. It's more so just like realistically, like kids actually listen to us. Like, all right, we got to like dumb it down. So, you know, I listen to like new rappers now and I'm like, my kid can't listen to that. That's great.
Really?
So I'd be like, damn, like so contradictory.
What can you say about the experience of being incarcerated for more than 2 years?
It was real.
Yeah.
Don't want to deal with it again, but definitely was real.
Were there moments if you wondered if you would ever get out?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Are you thinking about yourself, your family, your career? Like, where does the mind go?
Family, kids, just, you know, career was like last. That was like relevant.
Really? Because you I mentioned this before, but like you went in at the height, the pinnacle.
Man, I'm sorry, I gotta pause it right there. But that you went in at the pinnacle. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Think about anybody who was like on the rise. When you think about when they experienced their greatest challenge was when they were at the pinnacle of their success. You look at niggas like Pop Smoke. Once he got to the pinnacle of his success, death came. You look at youngins like Young Thug. Once he got to the pinnacle with YSL and slime language and just everything with him and the rest of his group, now you got a Rico. You know what I'm saying? When like dudes like Shannon Sharp get to this place where you have arguably the biggest interview in 2024 that set a chain reaction, you know, with Cat Williams. And then now when you're on the cusp of signing a $100 million contract, somebody comes out of woodworks on some SA allegations. You look at dudes like Jonathan Majors or and like literally the pinnacle at the point where people get to a certain place where their influence or the impact they're having would literally throw them into another echelon of stardom. There's always some bullshit that comes out of nowhere. Because, you know, all I want to say with that is just as you're on the rise, like enjoy it. But if you can't bring yourself to that remembrance, have somebody somebody who could just tell you, bro, like just keep your eyes open in case, bro, because you're reaching that pinnacle. You know what I mean? And there's always some bullshit that comes when you are at that sweet spot, you know what I mean, of elevation for real. It's just like, damn, can a nigga catch a break?
I could see wondering like, oh, am I going to get that back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get it back.
Because as an outsider, it was crazy to watch. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
This guy is like at the top of the craft and now he can't do this thing that he does.
It happens like that sometimes.
Does it happen like that?
I said sometimes.
Sometimes. I think it would be human to feel in that situation like a great injustice is being done to me. Did you ever feel that way?
Absolutely. Every day.
Really? Every day?
Yeah. Innocent man.
It ended up being the longest criminal trial in Georgia history, I think.
Yes.
Something so crazy that never had happened before happened, and you were at the center of it. Did it feel personal?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hopefully personal.
Yeah.
But shit, we made it back.
Is that a crazy feeling to be like, I'm this big and I'm also in a cell?
Yeah. I think I'm too big for jail, but I think like I'm not too big for God.
Yeah.
So like God could put the biggest person in there. I feel like I'm taller than the jail, but somehow he could just like squish me in there. I think it was like a God thing, just showing me like, you know, situations, real friends, and who you with you, and how to move and how to be, because you are UI Scooty.
Tough to feel bigger than the jail when you're
For sure.
in the jail.
Yeah. It's just like how I was treated, how the officers treated. It's just like, damn, I don't got no business. Like, the fucking officers who work in the jail are fans. Like,
They were?
Boy,
They're
like
like
20
a
years old. It's like, man, you're a
Victorian-
kid.
And they're
Telling me what to do.
Yeah, I mean,
telling you what to do. Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. My kids tell me what
18th
to do.
century
My girl, everybody tell me what to do, but like,
avant-garde
The actual
Queen
just sit,
Elizabeth
like-
and shit. You know what I mean?
like why I'm on punishment and you guys are my parents.
You guys are my parents, except you're going to go home and listen to the record maybe.
Yeah, you like parenting me and telling me like, you the fucking one, bro. Like what you say on this song? Like what? It's just like so crazy. Like,
That
wow.
must be a very insane feeling.
Yes. I think God put me in there for a reason, and I know.
Yeah, what's the
friend
reason?
situation- I don't know. I think like because I always felt like I was a good guy, so
Uh-huh.
it was like, why do I got to go to jail for you to like show me something? Why you just can't tell? I guess I was just hard headed.
I
And I
don't.
think-
I mean, pause. I don't want to ever see the day when they start policing the things that people can and can't say on lyrics, like in songs, because it is genuinely a form of free speech, and it is literally being done in a creative format. Just because it can just because there is a possibility for groups of people to be encouraged by what they hear on music does not mean now that we should start to police what people are allowed to say on songs. If you are not, as long as a person is not making direct threats in songs for people to go out, let's say, and destroy and or harm people, like, now this is the thing, any idea, whether good or bad, has the potential of being able to influence people to a point where they make decisions, good or bad, that either have affirmative impacts upon the society or individuals, or upon the individual, or adverse impacts upon the individual and society at large. Any idea, not just music. Like, I can say some shit right now, like, man, I just can't take it, bro. I'm not taking this shit from the government. I ain't taking this shit from businesses no more, being stomped on and treated like, you know, less than a man and feeling inferior. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't with none of that. I'm finna stand on 10 and like, I'm finna show the man. And somebody can hear that and be galvanized by that and be like, yeah, and step outside and then goddamn take my whole, like, having been inspired by my idea was the catalyst, let's say, that pushed them into like some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that now I'm responsible because you decided to go and goddamn assassinate political officials because I said I don't fuck with the government. You see what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, freedom of agency cannot, like, irregardless of influence, even when you're talking coercion, like legally speaking, There's more advanced manipulation in something that's coercive, and there's omission. Like folks are leading you ultimately to a path of your own demise. But that, you know, when it comes to free agency, people have free agency over themselves. What you do, you are responsible and liable for what you do. You can't now throw that to somebody else and say, well, someone's song inspired me to go and kill everybody. Even if that's the case, that you listening to a song is like was literally the catalyst as to why you went and did what you did. At the end of the day, the nigga in the song did not tell you specifically to go out and do the action of which you did.
I love people so much to the point where the only thing that'll make me not love you anymore or just like dislike you is like betrayal, like real life betrayal when life is dependent on it.
Is that something you felt like was happening?
Betrayal happen every day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that. I mean, you gotta ask. I feel betrayed. I feel fucking jaded. Like, it's crazy.
Does it feel good to be standing here right now then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To be out.
Like, you knew you were gonna see that again.
Absolutely. I would like talk on the phone with my lawyer and things, and he'll be like, he got like houses in the mountains and things. He'll show me all this, so I'll be still like kind of seeing the scenery. It was 2.5 years. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Going from this to like a jail cell is nuts.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. And then back to this.
Made it out.
Yeah. You may be constrained in what you can say and not say, but you ultimately did decide to plead guilty to 6 counts. That a difficult decision?
Absolutely. Just pleading guilty to something you know that you didn't do or you're not, that's not yours is crazy. But you get a chance to keep fighting and then worry about the juror's fate or you just go ahead now. Go home. It's like, shit, go home.
Still feels like the right decision now?
Yeah.
Are you like domestic? Are you in the house?
Yeah, for the most part.
Really?
My girl, she be...
Your girl's Mariah the Scientist, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all like on the couch watching shows?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Just like total domestic
Sometimes
bliss.
you gotta come get me from where I'm at though. Sometimes I don't want to go home. She's just like,
Oh, she gotta
coming.
come grab you.
Right.
She was in court supporting you, right?
Yeah.
That must have meant something to you.
Absolutely.
There's this song on the record that is like so raw, where you guys are basically just singing to each other.
Yeah.
So confessional that I was like, I wonder if they thought twice about sharing this with people.
Nah. It's
No?
music. It's just like, there's people all over the world going through that.
It felt very intimate though.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something there that relate to you.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you hear.
That's
right.
good.
All right. That's your point, right? That's art.
That's good.
Yeah. But it's like you're putting a lot of yourself out there in that art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's your job.
You think so?
As an artist, that's your job. What else is to talk about? You want to talk about clothes and shoes, or you want to talk about real things? Like things that people could feel forever and like come
Take
see.
a shot every time
oh,
Thug
there's a
say
great
absolutely, on God.
Songs about clothes and shoes.
I already got substance
Sometimes
in
you
this
gotta do
cup.
that too. I do that to like
I'm already feeling a
keep
little
people informed
dress.
what to wear.
Yeah.
So the young guys that's looking up to me that want to know what coat this is and what.
Plead guilty to 6 counts. That a difficult decision?
Absolutely, just pleading guilty to something you know that you didn't do or you're not, that's not yours is crazy. But you get a chance to keep fighting and then worry about the juror's fate or you just go ahead now. Go home. It's like, shit, go home.
Still feels like the right decision now?
Yeah.
Are you like domestic? Are you in the house?
Yeah, for the most part. My girl, she be...
Your girl's Mariah the Scientist, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all like on the couch watching shows?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Just like total domestic
Sometimes
bliss.
you gotta come get me from where I'm at though. Sometimes I don't want to go home. She's just like,
Oh, she gotta
coming.
come grab you.
Right.
She was in court supporting you, right?
Yeah.
That must have meant something to you.
Absolutely.
There's this song on the record that is like so raw, where you guys are basically just singing to each other.
Yeah.
So confessional that I was like, I wonder if they thought twice about sharing this with people.
Nah. It's
No?
music. It's just like, there's people all over the world going through that.
It felt very intimate though.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something there that relate to you.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you hear.
It's
right.
good.
all right, that's your point, right? That's art.
That's good.
Yeah. But it's like you're putting a lot of yourself out there in that art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's your job.
You think so?
As an artist, that's your job. What else is to talk about? You want to talk about clothes and shoes, or you want to talk about real things? Like things that people could feel forever and like come see, you know?
Yeah, although there's a great tradition of
Right.
songs about clothes and shoes too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Sometimes you gotta do that too. I do that to like keep people up to par with what to wear.
Yeah.
So the young guys that's looking up to me that want to know what coat this is and what thermals these are, those guys could be like, oh, this what it is.
I do need to know what thermals those are. We're gonna need to know.
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, all right. I accept. You mentioned your own new record earlier, UI Scooty. Did it feel the same as it felt before? Like when you came back and started doing it again, did it come easy? Did it come hard?
It came easy. I never lost it, nothing. I never lost it. I wrote music in jail and like, I just listened to music sometimes in court and like things like that. So I never like lost it. I was still up to par on like what was going on, you know?
Did it feel like making other records?
No, it's a whole different feeling for sure.
How so?
Cause you just like, just in court fighting for your life. Now you like in the studio at home, surrounded by love and beats.
One thing I noticed about the record is you can really hear like every word. Hear your voice. It's like high in the mix. There's not a lot of effects. It's just like the voice is right there. Was that deliberate? Is that
Absolutely.
something you thought about? Yeah.
I've told like my manager, I told G off like things like I just want to make music where you can actually hear me. Cause I always talk shit. I always talk that shit, but like sometimes you can't like hear it. Sometimes you like, what he saying? You know? Yeah. So it's like now like I feel like I'm new. I feel like I'm a new artist. I feel like I just came in the rap game again.
Another thing I noticed about the record is, and I mentioned the song of Rye the Scientist earlier, but it's a very confessional record. It's like you talk about your mom. You talk about your feelings about being in the news. You talk about crying on like more than one song. It's like very raw. Did you set out to do that? Or is that just what happened when you kind of
It's always natural. When I record, it's always just like natural. Like however you feeling. Some days I might just feel happy and I just make like lit songs. Some days I just be like, not so happy.
It's funny that you say that because there was like a part of me that walked away and I was like, this is kind of a record about being rich and sad. But maybe that's just my takeaway and I'm not right.
Yeah. I don't think.
Nah, real shit though. You gotta understand what artistry is, that we're always speaking dichotomously, like in a polarizing way about extremes. And that's the thing. There's a certain level of exaggeration with music for, you know, to be hyperbolic, you know, to use hyperbole, to exaggerate. Shit like that is poetry because it's grabbing a hold of all of these things that we already understand that have their own emotional weight. What I'm trying to get at is like, how are you able to do that? But that's what it means to be an artist. You feel everything that you're experiencing so viscerally that you can't help it. It's not even a whether you want to or not. It's that it's in you in such a real and dynamic way that it has to come out. When the things that I've gone through in my life, the L's that I've suffered, where I learned what I needed to learn and I've genuinely healed, nobody can use those things as a knife to stab me. Like, I'm not releasing it, I'm keeping it. Because this was put into my side. I guess I'm healed, but now I know I got a weapon, you know what I'm saying, that has been used to wound other people, but I'm holding it, so it's power now. Now I can speak to you in a way where I can say, look at my scars. That's the other side of vulnerability that I like to call transparency. Being transparent is, I'm healed, this is what it is. Vulnerability is like, I'm still feeling the effects of whatever it is I'm telling you, and I'm still going through it. Please don't hurt me type shit. Transparency is like, this is just what it is. Fuck with it, you don't fuck with it, fuck it.
I don't think I speak about like being like enrichment in the song.
Yeah.
I think you just think that I'm rich. And then I'm making a sad song.
So I'm like, he's sad.
You're like, damn, he's rich and sad.
A big family, I know you guys are close.
Yeah.
Are you still around that?
Absolutely.
Well, I say, because if I understand correctly, tell me if I'm wrong, that like part of your probation is you can't go home, right? You can't go back to Atlanta?
Yeah. Only for like certain things.
Only for certain things.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's home.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I
You're
was
like-
already out of Atlanta before this case. Though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lived in LA.
Like fully in LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since like 2017.
So you don't really feel like you're in exile or anything?
Yes,
You do?
absolutely.
Well, if you can't go back, then I guess by definition, right?
Can't go home. It's crazy.
What does that feel like?
It just feels like abuse.
Before all this happened, I think Atlanta was like the center of rap culture. Do you think it still is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We create the wave. You got other places that's popping for sure. Like everybody's popping now.
Yeah.
But like everybody still like sound like Atlanta or like move to Atlanta or rap about Atlanta. It's like you got artists from a whole other place rapping about Atlanta.
Even if you're not there, I assume you still feel like one of the kind of leaders of that
Of
scene,
Atlanta?
that city. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guys that plowed Atlanta into the rap industry.
You would put yourself in that category.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Who else would you put in that category?
Future, Savage, Lil Baby, Migos,
Shout out Atlanta.
Tip, Andre 3000, Gucci.
That's the Mount Rushmore right there.
Absolutely. We got a lot of kings in Atlanta.
Have you kept up with like rap in general? What do you think of the current like state of the art?
I'm a musician, so I don't think no music is bad or nothing is like wrong. Everything is just fire.
Well, it feels like when you were away, it was sort of dominated by this like Drake Kendrick thing, you know?
Yeah, for most of it.
Which I don't know if you have like a side in that. Atlanta kind of even got dragged in by Kendrick, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just like spoke on people's name in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. But
But,
I'm like a Drake fan.
Do you feel like it's like rap music in general is in a good place?
Yes. I think the numbers could be better, but yeah.
Oh, you mean like people could be selling more?
Yeah. I seen something about like the percentage in hip hop has like went down.
Oh, really?
I seen something like that when I was locked up. So
Do you have a theory about why?
I think a lot of people like rapping about the same thing.
Mm.
And nobody's bringing like something that you can actually watch. You can enjoy the music and like enjoy the things that they do, but like we used to like make movies, you know? I think now it's just like quick. You gotta get back to like movies. Like you gotta get back to like to where like people respect it.
Why do you think they went away from that in the first place?
Because like it was just a big wave of like nothingness running the game. Like super simple videos, not really high price videos. Like that wave like came in really strong. So even the people that was doing high price videos, they started doing like regular videos because that's what was popping.
Yeah.
But I think now we did it so long to the point where we like comfortable with that and we don't want to do stuff like this no more that take time. Now we just like, man, let's just go ahead and shoot the video. Let's you know,
Yeah.
instead of like a fucking day set, 2 day set, you
Yeah.
know, shit like that.
Yeah. What do you remember about like your early days as an artist when you think about those days now?
Just like being happy and like free.
I've heard interviews where you talked about kind of bruising early encounters with the industry. Like your deal with Gucci was like kind of weird, right? Or like even Lior, I've heard you say like that was started out kind of weird, right?
Yeah, because we just didn't know each other.
Yeah.
We ended up being like good friends, mentors.
Did you like hold those dealings against them, you know, later on?
When I was younger, yeah, because I
Yeah.
just didn't realize and recognize like people's point of view or way of hustling. Now I have some of those similar ways of hustling and points of view. So now it's just like, oh, okay. Even when we got cool, like me and Leo got super cool, like he my mentor. Like even when we got like super cool, like I still didn't understand some of the things he did that I felt like he did back then. But now just like growing older and like owning a record label and doing things like that, it's like, okay, cool.
It does seem like you made a point though with your label of maybe doing differently with artists than the way that people dealt with you.
Yeah, I don't be really like taking money from my artists and stuff like that. I just like to help people, you know?
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah,
Very successful on your label.
yeah,
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
yeah. I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
I guess that's his own form of answer, huh?
You like to like plow
I do, absolutely.
deep into things.
Yeah. I'm a pro.
That whole speech you gave me earlier, like, yeah, I'm new to this shit. All this shit was just
My boy
cap.
said, yeah,
Oh,
everybody trying
no,
to
I'm
figure
new to
out.
the cameras. The
Oh, okay, okay.
interviewing.
Like, in my honest opinion, like, I'm sure it's politics about that situation between him and Gunna. But I also just feel like, you know, that's like a hot topic everybody want to know. So, because it's something that, you know, a lot of people got curiosity and interest to know about, that's a leveraged position for you. I ain't gonna say nothing yet till I kind of like really fully process this shit for myself. You know what I'm saying? As far as everything, like that, like all angles, the social angle, the media angle, the what he really did, just the personal angle, like how bro moving, like it's so many things that bro got to consider. Yeah, of course it's money. Of course we could get back to just popping and making songs and having shit on lock, but the court, that YSL court case, that RICO case has really actually put separation, whether these niggas wanted to or not, it's put separation between everybody. Now Gunna is, you know, this real live kind of like solo act, still making money for YSL, but really just more so like an employee who is always going to do their job. So it's just kind of like it's not even sensible to get rid of this nigga, because we do multiple things by getting rid of this nigga. We say to the public pretty much like, oh yeah, we don't fuck with bro, his beef is this, is all that. But keeping him on the label shows like, all right, well, we at least have enough sense to recognize that this nigga do numbers, so we ain't about to get rid of bro. You feel what I'm saying? And that really what Gunna do. He brings in a lot of bread for YSL. One thing I do fuck with Thug is that there's enough sense, business acumen and sense to recognize that it makes a lot more sense to keep Gunna a part of YSL, because that's also to a bag for you. And at the end of the day, bro is killing the game. He's putting out, technically speaking, between him and Gunna doing better just because Gunna's active. When the minute he came back out from court, obviously Thug is still in court fighting for his life. But Gunna comes back out and he's still on the streets. Why do I think that's important? Because the sound of Atlanta, as far as a heavy hitter from the new generation at the time when they came out, Double XL, is like, it still needs to be heard. Because if not, the way the society, the economy, the culture is rapidly progressing, there's such a quick turnover rate that we're synthesizing and consuming information at such a quick ass rate that we're turning over shit. That new shit is old before it's even really new, just because it's something else coming. So it's like, for certain voices to not be heard that had real estate in the music industry is not good. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it was actually better for Gunna to get up out of there and get back to making music for real. And I don't even really think that should have been looked at no way. Somebody needs to be out there keeping, getting the voice to the streets. And you need that. If not, this whole momentum is going to be, this whole momentum and like hill that we've been fucking climbing up for years is about to be going off of a fucking case. Like, you got me fucked up, bro. If I was stuck, I'd be like, man, free all that shit. Let's go make an album or two. I could be mad, but let's get back to making this bread and having a monopoly over the fucking industry. Fuck all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit, if it's really getting to the point where I really just can't be around you for real as we doing that, then fuck it. Look, yo, bro, let's have a conversation. That shit really, if you goddamn betray me one more time, I promise you there's no more grace on my soul. That's how I would have carried it. That's how I would have carried it, bro. That's exactly how I would have carried it. Because sometimes what you're doing be so much bigger than the bullshit that is trying to derail you from purpose, bro. And I feel like niggas don't be like understanding that when your purpose is that big, that is the very reason why you're experiencing bullshit in your life. It's because your purpose is big, or you have an influence, you have an impact, you're like a potential threat in terms of being able to really steer and monopolize the masses' attention in a way that is going to be a fear to conglomerates. Like, bro, you got to understand. And because life is spiritual, like, come on, y'all, this should be bigger than that. You hear me? I feel it. I feel it. Because sometimes shit be so grisly that it's just like, fuck, it'd be hard to move on from it. But I just really think sometimes, man, we got to be able to genuinely look at situations and assess them for their value add. If there's genuinely no value and after betrayal, then fuck it. But if there's some value, you got to really ask yourself, is the value worth preserving? Even though I feel a certain way. Because like this whole, like, I ain't going to let nobody play with me type shit. Niggas be playing with, like, people are playing with you all the time. You're not God. The only person can't be played with is God. I don't care what nobody talking about.
The ones I've done on camera. Do you have bigger ambitions for the label or just in general kind of going forward?
Yeah, we just pushing positivity, and we just going for the gusto. We trying to like kill the whole rap game and just like do it big and just help people in general, help society, help the communities we from, and just like be just so great, you know?
We've been walking through this insane house and we have not commented on one single thing, but I feel like we have to at least note that there's a giant bear behind you.
Like, what is this about?
Are you a taxidermy man? Do you remember how you first started rapping?
Maybe like 9 years old.
Really? It's a long time though before you started making records, right?
What you mean? Like making songs?
Like putting out albums.
Records.
Oh.
Mixtapes.
Why do some people call records, albums, records?
Which one is confusing? Album is record or a record is album?
A record is a song.
Okay, record is a song.
An album is an album.
Crazy,
Yeah.
that's
Bro, I'm 42 years
2016.
old. A record is an album.
I mean, I didn't want to put age in it, but I was you know,
I'm like...
record is crazy. Like,
yeah.
you shouldn't be saying record at 42, maybe
Okay.
60.
Speaking of albums, I feel like I remember when you started out, people make a big deal of the fact that it was like, oh, you wore a dress on the cover of an album. In retrospect, were you trying to be provocative or was that just kind of naturally like the way you came up?
I think it was just like making people mad.
Like by design?
Provocative to a man is crazy. I think I was just doing it like just making people mad.
Like intentionally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was fun. And where did it come from? Where did the idea come from?
I don't know.
Yeah?
A lot of my ideas come from UI Scooty.
The stars.
Just come from fucking
Outer space. Now I think when people kind of write the history of this era, they give you a ton of credit for that, bringing that super like melodic trap sound to maybe like more of the mainstream of rap.
I'm the first to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Because I always think that I was the first to do things, but then I'll see like, oh, fuck, I see history and it's just like, damn, they did that. Like, it's crazy.
But it felt like you were the first to do it. Yeah. A lot of that early stuff was like Rich Gang. It was like with Rich Homie Quan. Why did that partnership end?
I think we just grew and became our own bosses and men. And then we just like, we didn't want to keep doing like the Rich Gang albums. We were getting bigger. So it's like, I want to like do my own shit. I want to like, you know.
You wanted to do your own thing.
I think he did. I was okay with it, but because I feel like I love music, but I don't care about song. I'll have a #1 hit record song and I'll put you on it. I don't care.
Right.
It's just like, so what? Whoever goes to the top with you, go to the top. I don't care. You know, I never was the guy that cared about that type of stuff, you know? So I would have been okay with just like, keep doing it. And we still was dropping our own music at the same time of doing that. So it's just like, it really was big.
Like real shit. It's still bigger. Like we're literally just, all we're doing is actually ramping up the more shit we're able to provide to the fucking public. I don't understand this sort of like dumbass mentality in the black community, especially, even African community as well, the African American community, where it's like everybody is so afraid of working with niggas. Like we have such fear and like unhealed trauma. You think everybody trying to get up on you. If you're putting out your own music, I'm putting out my own music. We come together, we do a collab tape, we put that shit out, that's going crazy. That's basically 3 things that we now have pushing and promoting our individual brands, but also to coming together and creating this collective work. This is the thing that niggas really at the core are this is where the real conflict is coming because of ego. Is that motherfuckers deep down are afraid that a motherfucker might fuck with one artist or the artist you're collaborating more so than they fuck with you. And that collaboration could end up harming you because niggas end up rocking with, oh, we like Thug heavy. And then now Young is just rocking with Thug. When Baby and Gunna came out, it happened. Everybody was dick riding Baby at first. I thought Gunna was the nicest out of the two of them. But I still liked them both because I felt like their distinct flavors is what made the tracks that they did together so dynamic, because there was a lot more variety on the tracks that helped keep the ears. You want to be the king of your own island because you're actually terrified and don't know how to shine among other stars. What makes any era dope is the other people in your era.
Everybody couldn't see that. So people just do things. Make mistakes.
Do you hear your influence now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you hear that you're like, oh, that's me?
I don't want to say everything, but like, and the crazy part is I can't say that everybody like do something that I did, because it was a lot of things that I did in the beginning that somebody else did, but I never knew they did it. I just like did it.
What's an example of that? You
Like wearing a dress. I never saw nobody wear a dress.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I
like
just
maybe
did it.
somebody did, but you never saw it. Yeah.
Then as soon as I did it, people like, oh, Andre 3000, this and that, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy did it, and this guy did it, and just like, oh, now everybody did shit. So I can't say, people flows or people like rhythms and things just 100% come from me.
Man, no. All that's happening, Doug, and just to anybody else, is that what's happening is that with each subsequently new generation that precedes the former, is that we are inheriting what helped or made the preceding generation or the previous generation that helped them get to the point where they're at. We're taking those same elements. What happens is that there's a resurgence of things that were already available. There's nothing new under the sun. There is actually nothing a human being is going to do that is, to me, going to actually truly remarkable or groundbreaking or new. Even when you're talking about cures have already been out. People have already been working on the cure of cancer. The person who comes out and does that, that's going to feel novel, but it's not new under the sun. People have been coming out with cures for sicknesses and diseases. You see what I'm saying? So it's like now in the terms of art, for real, like every color has been used. Every melodic key has already been sung. Like every cadences have already been subject matter exhausted. Like, what are we talking about? Because heavily when you're talking about artistry, especially on the mainstream, it's like it has a lot to do with duality and polarization, because you're talking about extremes, love and hate, war and peace, unity and chaos. You see what I'm saying? So it's the dichotomy of these the opposite sides of a coin. It's like, so you know what I mean? Now, the only thing that makes it new is that it's coming from you as an individual. So the reason why Thug feels this way is because he's the only young Thug. And because of that, whatever he does, there's a sort of ownership, feelings of, I don't know if it's progeny, but having created something out of your own uniqueness.
For me, I think that it can.
But like, if you listen to the radio now, you're like, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's me.
Yeah, you hear some shit and you're just like, for sure. Me, for sure. Like, you never sounded like that, or you never rapped like that.
What about style? Do you see your influence in that?
I wore skinny jeans when everybody wore big jeans.
The other one that comes to mind is the choker, right? Where it's like the big chain becomes like the small chain.
Right. I just never liked long chains back then. I got a lot of long chains now, but back then I never liked long chains. So I was probably the first rapper ever cutting chains, But I see like old videos from like 94, 93 with Tupac, and he have on the short chain. So it's like, damn, like I thought I was the first person doing it.
Do you know where it's going? I mean, I feel like maybe I'm looking at where it's going style-wise, but do you think people watch you very closely in terms of like what you're wearing?
Yeah. I'm just like one of the people that just like opened those doors for like us. Like, people probably was scared to wear a dress, you know, until me. First time it happened was obviously Andre 3000 and whoever was before him, but
Yeah.
this generation, this fucking time, I'm the person for that, you know?
I guess it would be natural to want things to be the way they were before. You know what I'm saying? Like before all this stuff happened. Are you okay? Like if it's different now?
Yeah, because it's different for like for better.
You think so?
Yeah, in certain ways, you know. I'm smarter, I'm older. I know what jail feels like. I know what, you know, faults, betrayals. I know what everything feels like, and I know like how to go forward.
I don't think anybody would opt for 2 years in prison, longest criminal trial in Georgia history. No one would choose to go through that. But do you feel at peace with all that stuff at this point?
Yeah, I felt that peace with it when I was going through it. It's just the probation part that's like kind of stupid to me. But like, I felt peace the whole time. Like I wasn't stressed at all. I really was chilling. I guess I just knew subconsciously that wasn't the end for me. Cause I got bigger plans for me.
So you felt peace then. How do you feel now?
I feel peace. Absolutely. I feel like more peace now. Like you can move with almost nothing over your head, you know. You got probation, but that's really nothing. I'm not gonna violate probation, you know. Almost like fully peaceful. Once probation over, then it's like, okay, cool, you know.
Then it's full peace.
For sure.
And until then?
It's 90%.
I take 10%.
But maybe we'll take
peace.
90%.
No.
Absolutely. I take 10% peace.
I'd rather
Thank
have
you.
a percentage of some peace than none at all. You hear me? Because then your ass just in straight chaos. You hear what I'm saying? Everybody need reprieve. I pray that y'all peace is increased to the fullest measure that it possibly can be. Peace that surpasses all understanding. I love y'all. That's it for this video. Like I said, it's your boy JL, Mr. He who ascends himself 7-Up shouting. And we going crazy. So just go ahead and subscribe, man. You know what I mean? Don't be one of them folk goddamn not subscribe. You know what I mean? All that.